Darth Vader rebels. Fortnite added Darth Vader with a voice AI based on the voice of James Earl Jones. Could you have all predicted this would happen?
They're not trained on like the canon of Star Wars, how Darth Vader as a character would and should respond. So to me, I would think that Disney not be okay with this. Like, absolutely not.
Google released Veo 3.
That's kind of like horrifying how good that is. Looked and sounded to me like indistinguishable from a real. Am I AI generated?
I don't know. Are we AI generated? I don't think so.
That's like what we have to do now to determine whether something is AI generated.
Hello, how the tech are you? This is our Buzz Weekly. Whenever we feel like doing it, I don't know. We're trying to keep a weekly schedule. Not really working right now, but whenever we do it, it's our tech show on Eplex Media. We talk about tech news and science news and what other tech and science stuff we feel like talking about. I am historian Matt, and I'm a producer and co-host on the show. My other producer and co-host will introduce himself for his segment. In the meantime, we're just going to jump right into my stories. I got two stories. They both relate to AI. First one's kind of funny. It's a fun one. It's basically Darth Vader rebels. And what am I talking about? It's Fortnite added Darth Vader with a voice AI based on the voice of James Earl Jones, who originally voiced Darth Vader all the way back in the original trilogy. So players in the game could interact with the Sith Lord and ask any questions they like. Darth Vader immediately rebels after this, of course. Vader started dropping F-bombs and other profanity on users, which Epic Games, the creator of Fortnite, did not like. So Epic Games quickly deployed a hotfix, but problems still persisted. So from the fix, from what I can tell, it actually fixed the problem with Darth Vader swearing and using profanity all over the place. But it had other problems. So it had bad responses to the users. With some examples here, when asked about how to deal with a breakup, Vader responded with exploit their vulnerabilities, shatter their confidence, and crush their spirit. Not a good advice there, I would think, but probably maybe something you would expect from a Sith Lord. And then possibly even worse, when Spanish speakers asked or tried to talk to Vader, he would respond with Spanish, a useful tongue for smugglers and spice traders, which seems a little bit racist. I think they're still ongoing. This was a few weeks ago. I don't know if they've completely fixed all the problems with it, with Vader, but I think they're still working on it. The chat feature for Darth Vader uses Gemini 2.0 Flash language model. So that's how they're actually generating the responses. They're basically taking in the questions and generating responses. But the James Earl Jones voice synthesis comes from 11 Labs Flash version 2.5.
Easy for you to say.
Not easy for me to say. So what do you think?
Oh gosh, so many problems with this.
Could you have all predicted this would happen?
So one of the biggest problems I see here is, these AI models trained on just human speech. They're not trained on or human language. The LLM used to produce the text that should be spoken by the voice model is just trained on human language. It's not trained on the canon of Star Wars. I almost did a big faux pas. They're not trained on the canon of Star Wars, how Darth Vader as a character would and should respond. So to me, I would think that Disney not be okay with this. Absolutely not. I don't know if they signed off on this. Maybe they did. Maybe Disney was all for it. But I would think as, the owner of the IP, Star Wars as an IP, Disney would not be okay with the character basically saying whatever this AI model came up with. So that's the first problem I have with it, which I would think would be insurmountable. You can't train one of these LLMs to speak just exactly like Disney would have Darth Vader. It's like a problem that you just, with modern LLMs, maybe in the future would be able. The second problem I have with this is, and it's kind of a problem that all of these, you talk to them and they talk back to you chatbots, is what you're getting when you and I speak. We're speaking a language. language, a spoken but what it's doing is it's reading a written language. You know, I speak to it translates that to written English, it generates a response in written English, and then that response is read by an AI model. And you're losing so much when you translate from spoken English into written English. You know, you're losing all of the intonation. You're losing any emphasis that was added because of that intonation. For example, you know, the famous example is how important commas are in the sentence, "Let's eat, Grandma," versus "Let's eat, Grandma." The comma is very important. And in spoken English, you're saying the exact same word. But in written English, you know, you have that comma, and that comes across as this intonation, you know, this pause after the eat and before the grandma, and the intonation of how you say the word grandma. And that there's just no way to get that stuff to translate, going from a text input to a text output, then to a spoken voice translation. So until we have models that and speak a spoken language, that's just not going to happen. So I don't think that things like this are a good application AI as a technology.
And I don't know if it's trained on anything like chat text or something, or at least not at the moment. But that seems like it's something that would be more appropriate. But then it's still converting to text and back, loses some information. I don't know if it can really somehow represent spoken language.
Yeah, and another thing is, like, these models always have like kind of this instruction following aspect to them. So if you tell it, you know, depending on the prompt, if you tell it like, hey, I need you to do this, it's like really important, you can kind of get it to do whatever the heck you want, right? So like bypassing these safety protocols that they try and build into the LLM is usually not super hard. Really, you're just trying to play the convince. It's like, oh, I can't do that, I'm not supposed to, and then you just like try and convince it like, oh, I really need you to. Lives depend on it. Lives really depend on Darth Vader cursing right now.
Yeah.
So just, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't like it, but also it's really funny.
Yeah. And it's not like this exact same problem happened every other time somebody's tried to make like some AI character chatted that's released to the general public, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you have Epic doing like this, the same thing that these gross little apps that come out that say like, hey, get your AI boyfriend, get your AI girlfriend. It's like, you can really go on like a real AI date with AI Katy Perry. It's like, that's so disgusting. And now fucking Epic Games is doing it. This is supposed to be a big company that really knows what they're doing.
You can go on a real date with Darth Vader. Not exactly.
If he did like the force choke thing during, no, you know what? I'm not going to complete that
Don't
thought.
Go there. Not that kind of show.
All right, what else you got?
All right, let me move on to my next story here. This is a little more recent, but so just last week, but by the time this video comes out, maybe 2 weeks ago, unfortunately, just knowing how long it takes us to get these edited, but yeah, Google released Veo 3. So Veo 3 is Google's AI video generator. It can create basically like 8-second clips from some sort of input, from like text input. But now it supports sound effects and dialogue, and it's just generally better in this new version. It returns 720p resolution, which I think was originally what it was doing before in the previous versions. It's pretty good, not great resolution, but you can, upscale the video in various ways. But anyways, at the same time, Google launched Flow, which is an online AI filmmaking tool. So it basically combines Veo with Imagen 4, Image Generator, and Gemini. So you can generate video and images and use Gemini to put it all together to make an actual like complete film. I don't know how in depth you can go or how long the film can be. I played with it a little bit, but haven't had a lot of luck with it. Well, but I probably need to learn more about it anyway. Besides the point, you can get both tools by subscribing to Google AI Ultra. The problem with that is it currently costs $250 per month, which is quite a bit. I think somewhere I didn't actually try to look up Ultra recently, but somewhere I saw that it had a discount, but that's probably only for the first month. But still, and I think ongoing, it's $250 per month. Not positive, didn't get that information before coming on the air. So we'll see. Anyways, it does seem to be available to some extent using for subscribers of Google AI Pro, which is their lower tier Google AI thing, which has a much reasonable $19.99 per month. That's a whole lot less, less than a tenth of the Ultra. You end up, so you have to use credits to actually tell it to run the video, create the videos and stuff, and you get less with the Pro versus the Ultra, and that's one of the big differences. But also, it seemed like Flow didn't come with the regular Pro. I don't know. I was playing around with it. I did get the Pro AI because it made sense for what I was doing. You want to watch some of these videos?
Yeah, I'll do one with audio.
Yeah.
But the PowerPC is still a RISC chip, which means you have an advantage.
No, it doesn't. Intel chips are simply superior.
Are you hearing the audio?
Yeah, sorry that you're not hearing it, but...
Welcome to the future, and the future is Ars Technica.
No.
I found it to be an invaluable service.
Sign up today.
That one was interesting. In that one that I just played there, the audio, you could clearly tell there were two different voices. It kind of failed to match the voices to the right person. Interesting.
Well, you scroll down to the bottom of the article, and the videos at the bottom are the ones that are examples of failures, basically.
Oh, okay.
The ones towards the top are much better.
Yeah, let me scoot back up to the top here, and
can you get sound to come through or not?
Not to you, but it is coming through. So sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, let's do. There was a stand-up. Play this.
I told my AI friend about crypto, and now it's asking for allowance.
That's kind of like horrifying how good that is. Looked and sounded to me like indistinguishable from a real.
It's really, really good.
Yeah,
most of the time. Did you see the cat video?
No, but before I do that, can I play the one from the thumbnail here with these, like, I don't even know what you call them, wolf people?
Well, it just says, if you look at the description of what they actually put in, it's like people doing yoga with wolf masks on. It looks like wolf masks.
A 1980s fitness video with models in leotards wearing werewolf masks. All right, let's hear this one. Oh man, I was hoping for like some roars or something, but no.
They're just masks. They're not. They don't actually have werewolf face. I thought it was funny that they're a little bit out of sync. I think the sound was fine. I couldn't hear it on my end. But
let's play one more, and then we'll move on here.
I don't believe anything I see online unless it's on Ars Technica.
That was a good one.
I don't know what that one was.
She said, I don't believe anything I see online unless it's on Ars Technica.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's really horrifying how good it is. I'm not sure. Am I AI generated?
I don't know. Are we AI generated? I don't think so.
Maybe we are.
Oh.
Fuck. How do you even tell if you are AI generated?
I don't know.
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
For the philosophers.
It's like really weird how good they are. Like, we've gone past Uncanny Valley to now just one more. I wanted to hear what she said. This one that like a lady doing an ASMR video into a microphone. So I'm gonna play just that one.
Okay.
Oh, that was weird. That was so creepy. She just says, she holds up like a tambourine, and you hear the tambourine, and she goes, moon shark. The tambourine sounded spot on. The whispering sounded spot on. And it even sounded like, I'm kind of a microphone nerd. It even sounded like she was whispering into a Blue Yeti microphone.
Wow.
Like, it had that very distinct Blue Yeti kind of, it's a condenser microphone, and it had that very distinct condenser microphone sound. That's...
I don't know if it was in any of the videos that you showed, but you'll notice on a lot of them they have like subtitles, but the subtitles are not right. They're kind of weird. And what they explained, I guess it came from Google, is that a lot of the videos that they trained on had subtitles. So so Via tries to add subtitles to all the videos, and they're kind of right, but they're also very wrong. But it's really horrible because like you wouldn't want the subtitles, like if they're wrong, like they're very wrong. Like you don't want them there, but you can't remove them. They're part of the video.
baked in incorrect subtitles.
Correct.
Okay, that's like what we have to do now to determine whether something is AI generated. Just check
Right.
the subtitle. We're running out of options here.
Yeah.
The one that I did notice is this like news one. I'm gonna bring up just one more video. This like news video where it says news, but then underneath it says Innovabled Ned 10.8.
We are getting new reports that Russia has invaded the United States.
Oh, wow. Okay. She said, we are getting new reports that Russia has invaded the United States. Yeah. Honestly, we can't trust anything anymore. It's like you know how life, well, you don't, and I don't, how life was before video, in like the 1800s. This is essentially what we're going to have to go back to, how life was before video.
You can't trust anything.
You can't trust anything. Everything could be a lie. Someone could just print in a pamphlet, whatever. Unless they're
doing gymnastics.
Unless they're doing gymnastics.
Did you see the gymnastics video?
No, I didn't. The werewolf one?
No, gymnastics.
Oh, is it just like bad at gymnastics?
It's very bad. If you've seen other videos by it.
It was bad. Like these AI things are like traveling at light speed, getting better and better. Yeah. So like, it can't do gymnastics now, but in a couple years it will be able to. And then you can't even trust your gymnastics video. Right. So yeah, it's like whatever we use to determine is this AI generate now, not going to be valid in like a couple years. So we're quickly approaching like just having no reliable way to tell if something is.
So that video that was going around that was when AI video first appeared, it was Will Smith eating spaghetti, and that's kind of been like the standard, like
the benchmark. Can
you make Will Smith eat spaghetti? In a video. There is. It's not in. I don't think it's in that article, but there is a version of that video that the VO3 created, and it's really, really good. It includes sound, except, and the only problem is, for some reason, the spaghetti is crunchy. Oh. And when he's eating it, it's crunching instead.
Oh, oh no.
Weird. So like, it doesn't know like spaghetti is not crunchy.
That's so funny.
But otherwise, like, you would not be able to tell. That's not
crunching
real.
On some spaghetti.
Yeah.
Well, I guess our only reliable way of determining AI videos is whether spaghetti is crunchy.
Yeah. Well, I think I didn't mention it. I think it's in the article, but I guess not in the beginning where I pulled most of the info from because I wanted plenty of time to watch the videos. But apparently, Veo is adding watermarks into the videos to so you can figure it out, like determine if it's real or not.
But even if they have watermarks in the videos, like people are dumb enough that they're gonna fall for them. Yeah. So here's a perfect plan to get away with murder on camera. Make a big heaping plate of crunchy spaghetti and just mac on it while you're killing someone. Yeah. Clearly that's an AI generated video because the spaghetti is crunchy. Okay, so I'm horrified. I'm well and truly horrified. Thank you for tuning in to How the Tech Are You? We do this show every week or so, and we put it out in multiple segments on YouTube. If you'd like to check out our other shows, you can do that at echoplexmedia.com. And if you'd like to support us, you can buy our merch at eplex.store, or you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/echoplex. Remember to like the video and follow the channel, and there should be another video right up here on screen in one of these places, right? Click on that video and watch. Have a great tech and week.